Good morning and welcome to Thursday. Here we are on the fourth day of our devotional week on Thursday, and we are going to jump right in. If I'm able to get the subtitle off the screen there using a switcher. We're looking at a meditation on the hard sayings of Jesus, remembering that there's at least two ways that Jesus' sayings are hard. He is confronting us with truth that is difficult for us to hear. Secondly, there are times that we have a hard time knowing exactly what he means because we're removed from the location and the people to whom he was speaking. And so it's helpful to consult other passages of the New Testament, to look in parallel gospel accounts, and it's also helpful to consult the commentary of the land of Israel. And what do I mean by that? To actually go to Israel, walk the hillsides, walk around the Sea of Galilee, take a boat and go across the Sea of Galilee, look at the city of Capernaum and Bethsaida and Chorazin and Magdala and modern city of Tiberias over the same spot of the ancient city of Tiberias. When you travel through the plains of Sharon, go down the seacoast between Caesarea Maritimus and Tel Aviv, Joppa, Mount Carmel, when you go across to Megiddo, when you come down by Bethshan, go down through the Jordan River Valley on either side, and you see the hills to the east of the modern nation of Jordan. When you go around the land of Israel, there's things that you begin to understand why there's certain things that are said and certain language that's used, and you're consulting the commentary of experiencing the land of Israel. And so I'm going to refer a little bit to that commentary today as we work on this meditation of the hard sayings of Jesus, and we're considering unsalty salt and hidden light, or keeping salt salty, or using salt because it's salty, and the usefulness of salty salt, and the lack of usefulness of hidden light. Actually, unsalty salt and hidden light, they're both pretty much equally useless. Salt is needed to preserve meat for packing, to use as wages for soldiers. It's easily translated back into money somewhere else. And light, well, anytime you're in the dark, that's something you're typically wishing for. So this is a two common items that Jesus refers to as he speaks to his disciples and possibly to the crowd. It appears that the crowd at least eavesdropped this important series of things that he shares up near Bethsaida on the northwestern shore of the Sea of Galilee. Now he goes on from unsalty salt to hidden light, and this is what he says: you are the light of the world. He takes this idea of you all, and he says you all are the light of the world. John's gospel expressly shows us that Jesus is the light of the world. But later in that very same book, Jesus turns around and says, you all are the lights, or the light of the world. There's something about him passing on, making us contagious, attributing something that's attributable only to him, and then sharing it with us by his grace. He says, you are the light of the world. Then he goes to illustrate that a little bit further, and I wanted to touch on this, give us something to meditate upon as we go through our day on Thursday. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. During the day, of course, if it's built on a hill, you can see it. Everyone can look up. But this is a especially important statement to be made to the people who are around the Sea of Galilee, because all of them knew what the city that was built on a hill was. The one city that was visible from anywhere on the Sea of Galilee. Anywhere along its shores, anyone could look up to the heights and they could see Sepphoris. Traditionally, Sepphoris is believed to be the original home of Mary, the mother of Jesus, that her family actually came from the community of Sepphoris. There, the town of Sepphoris set up on the hill, and everybody around that area knew about the city that was built on a hill. Everyone knew. They had seen it at night. All of their lives, they could locate themselves relative to the lit up town. It was impossible to hide the town of Sepphoris. All of them saw it. So let's get that image into our minds. Kind of look with me from the Sea of Galilee up to the north, or maybe north-northwest. I'd have to look back at the map. I remember seeing it, but I'm not sure at times which direction I was looking. And we could see that city set up on the hill in full view of everywhere on the Sea of Galilee. Everybody that lived around the Sea of Galilee knew about the town of Sepphoris. That is a powerful image. And what happens is people tend to see that as their reference point. It's something that they look for, because no matter how dark it is, they have a sense of comfort and a sense of hope and a sense of direction that comes when they could see the city up on the hill. Jesus tells us, you are the light of the world. Our individual lives and our corporate life as a church is supposed to be a powerful light in the darkness. And when light is viewed in the darkness, it gives direction, it gives hope, it gives illumination, and it serves to dispel a lot of fear and problem. So let that kind of stick to you today as you go through your day. I'm called by Jesus. I'm set apart by Jesus to be ignited with the fire of His Holy Spirit and to live a life so different. It shines out with hope and difference against the backdrop and amidst the darkness of this fallen world. What a great image. May God's grace and peace be upon you. As you think about that, let that settle into your spirit and bring light to you and cause you to consider something maybe you never had before. Jesus' call to you is to be a light. Let your light shine. Lord bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.